bounced back from a knockout period. He got knocked out early in his career twice and came back and did all this.
Right. Crazy. I mean, what a man. I mean, what a world champion. And
well, he sure turned back the hands of time on that one.
The boxing world is shocked as leaked footage shows 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao training intensely for Mario Barrios. Despite his age, his speed and power look sharp. His coach is confident, predicting victory. Fans are divided. Some doubt the legend's return. Others believe Pacquiao still has what it takes for a comeback.
He ran an hour. He did strength and conditioning with you, which is not easy.
Yeah, he didn't realize this gets a bit hard as we increase the rounds. This is going to pull back on the runs a little bit. Yeah,
he did strength and conditioning with you. He went all out. He worked hard, and now he's doing 1,600 sit-ups. He's a machine. What kind of machine is he? What kind of machine?
Crazy machine. He will, but as we increase this, before the running back shorter, faster. He knows. So now he knows what the train's about. We increase the train, we increase the stations, change it up all the time, so it's very shocking the system. And we get a good result.
It was a great workout this morning. He worked hard, as he always does. And the whole team's here. You feel the energy, the vibe.
Yeah,
good energy.
Okay, well, then I thought,
this is light.
This guy here, I got trained with this.
This is light.
Try him like weeks now. And he's running out his fucking jacket. He's jumping. Look at him jumping. Come on, mate. Go.
Yesterday at the gym, he was throwing flurries. 10, 12, 15 punches in a combo. It's looking incredible.
Yeah, I know Vincent and Bags don't punch back, but he looks the same as he did.
I've been saying that. He hasn't missed a beat.
No, he hasn't missed a beat.
Leaked training footage of Manny Pacquiao has stunned the boxing world. At 46, the legendary 8 Division champion still displays the lightning-fast hand speed and sharp footwork that defined his prime. In a sport where reflexes fade with age, Pacquiao's agility and sharpness have left fans and analysts speechless as he prepares for his highly anticipated return against Mario Barrios.
Yeah. It's lazy, right? Just kind of.
When you do the boxing like that, what is that for? Because you can apply that habit. You become a habit. When you start boxing like
Speed is still there. Woo!
In a recent discussion, boxing analysts Chris Mannix and Sergio Morris shared their thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's surprising return. Moore noted that Pacquiao's speed, especially his footwork, remains remarkably sharp, a trait that often endures in fighters who maintain discipline and stay active. Unlike fleeting comeback teases from legends like Mike Tyson, Pacquiao's leaked footage shows sustained effort and elite conditioning. Mora emphasized this isn't just for show. Pacquiao's training is genuine, intense, and focused, suggesting he's truly preparing for a serious return to the ring.
Ready to go again, working with Freddie Roach. I feel like I'm back in 2010, the Wayback Machine. Pacquiao looked pretty good in some of the videos that I saw, like he wasn't in horrible shape, but he is 46 years old, going up against a guy that is more than a decade younger than him in Mario Barrios. Bob Arum, in the same interview, he said that he was worried about Manny Pacquiao. This is a guy that promoted Pacquiao for most of his professional career, not promoting this fight against Barios, but he said he is concerned for Pacquiao going into this fight. Do you have concerns about Pacquiao going in?
No, I don't have concerns. And look, I can post a video and look good for 10 seconds right now. Just like when Mike Tyson looked like a killer when he was promoting the Jake Paul fight. You writers and you guys with the non-boxing, I need to get those videos out of your head, because they're just clips. Anyone can look good for that long. I can train you to look good for 10 seconds. It'll be pretty hard, but I can train you to look good for 10 seconds on video. So don't worry about that. I look, Bob Arum knows what he's talking about, because it's the legs that's going to get to Pacquiao, not the power, not the explosive speed in front of a heavy bag. But whenever you're in front of an opponent and he's going to be moving around, it's the legs that are going to fail you. They're going to betray you. The power's not going to betray you. That lasts until the very end. His punch resistance, that's not going to betray him, because that never goes. Speed, and it's because you rely on your legs. That's the thing that goes at age. So at 46 years old, Manny Pacquiao is not going to have 0 legs.
Sergio Mora also dismissed concerns about Manny Pacquiao's health, noting that his physical sharpness indicates he's in excellent fighting condition. Chris Mannix agreed, adding that the leaked footage reflected genuine comeback effort, not a nostalgic return. Both analysts acknowledge that while age inevitably brings challenges, Pacquiao seems to be a rare exception, still physically and mentally equipped to face elite-level opponents. His focus, precision, and drive remain intact. Pacquiao's legendary resume supports this belief. Across 72 professional fights, he's only been knocked out 3 times. Notably, 2 of those knockouts occurred early in his career, during a period of growth and development. Since then, he has evolved into one of boxing's most intelligent and cautious fighters, capable of adapting mid-fight and surviving against larger, stronger opponents. This combination of experience, resilience, and ring IQ has fans optimistic that Pacquiao can hold his own against Mario Barrios, even at 46 years old.
At danger to risk his health or anything like that, especially against a Mario Barrios, because Pacquiao knows how to fight. Whenever you know how to fight, you know how to survive. You know how to slow things down. You know how to not take risks. Pacquiao only got knocked out 3 times in 72 fights. 2 of those were in the 90s, before you and I even knew him. And 1 time against Marquez, it was a 1-punch knockout. Those really don't take away from your career and your longevity. It was 1-punch knockouts. It's the beatdowns over a long period of time, for 10, 12, 11, 11 rounds. Those are the ones that catch up to you. Those are the ones that actually slow you down and are detrimental to your health. 1-punch knockouts, you can get past those. Early knockouts that are way back in the rearview mirror, you can forget those. Pacquiao's going to be just fine against Mario Barrios.
Podcast host Joe Rogan recently shared his thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's stunning return to form, expressing deep admiration for the 46-year-old legend. Rogan was genuinely amazed that Pacquiao still moves with the same speed, precision, and intensity that defined his prime. He pointed to Pacquiao's impressive victory over the then undefeated Keith Thurman at age 40 as proof that the Filipino icon isn't just defying age, he's dominating it. Thurman, a dangerous and skilled opponent, was clearly outpaced and outclassed, showing that Pacquiao's physical abilities had not diminished. Rogan emphasized that while most athletes experience a natural decline in speed and reflexes, Pacquiao has maintained elite performance levels. His unwavering discipline, top-tier conditioning, and deep passion for boxing keep him competitive in a sport now ruled by younger fighters. According to Rogan, Pacquiao isn't simply making a comeback. He's returning with real force, focus, and a purpose to prove.
Keith Thurman at 40 years old, God damn, this guy's great. I mean, just look at his career with 8 different weight classes, world titles in 8 different weight classes. 40 years old, beats Keith Thurman, who's in his prime.
Right.
Crazy. I mean, what a man. I mean, what a world champion. And
he sure turned back the hands of time on that one.
Crazy.
Didn't he?
And he fought in spurts. Both of them fought in spurts. And I thought Keith was going to pick up on it, but Pacquiao was only fighting the end of the...
Legendary boxer Roy Jones Jr. recently shared his thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's comeback, expressing deep admiration for the Filipino icon. Jones emphasized how rare it is for a fighter at Pacquiao's age to attempt a serious return to top-tier competition. What sets Pacquiao apart, he noted, isn't just his decision to come back. It's the intense preparation and physical readiness he's shown. Jones highlighted that few athletes, especially in a demanding sport like boxing, can maintain the discipline and commitment needed to train at such a high level. Pacquiao's sharpness during training, his ability to keep pace with younger fighters, and his tireless work ethic all reflect a unique blend of natural talent and mental resilience. According to Jones, this isn't a nostalgia-driven appearance. It's a carefully planned and focused campaign. He believes Pacquiao's ability to sustain world-class standards at this stage in his life makes his comeback not only legitimate, but truly inspiring.
Pacquiao, no, I love Manny going in too. I'm not saying that Manny's not capable. Manny's one of the dudes that I think definitely deserves to be in. Manny always has been and always will be one of my favorites because of the way he fights. I mean, a guy to come back after being knocked out in 2 of his first 3 fights, then come back and do all the things that Manny did. That story is also just as awesome as Manny Pacquiao's story. You feel me? I mean, come on. Most guys can't bounce back from a knockout period. He got knocked out early in his career twice and came back and did all this.
Well, you know what? Being that we're talking about these old fights, Roy,
Can you think you can rate your favorite 5 fights of your career of all time?
Of my career?
Yeah.
Yes.
It would probably be James Toney, John Ruiz, Montel Griffin 2, Richard Hall, and probably Jeff Lacey.
Mario Barrios, set to face the legendary Manny Pacquiao, has approached the fight with a calm yet determined mindset. In recent interviews, Barrios expressed deep respect for Pacquiao's accomplishments, but made it clear he doesn't see him as a fading icon. Instead, he views this bout as the biggest opportunity of his career, a chance to make a defining statement on the world stage. Fully aware of the challenge ahead, Barrios plans to capitalize on his youth, size, and physicality to control the pace and distance of the fight. Sharing the ring with a legend doesn't intimidate him. It motivates him. This isn't a payday or a publicity stunt. Barrios is preparing to win. With laser focus and a carefully crafted strategy, he aims to secure a career-changing victory. His goal is to earn Pacquiao's name on his resume, not through chance, but through pressure, discipline, and smart, calculated execution in the ring.
You see the Manny Pacquiao fight. What can you learn from that fight?
It showed that combination punchers. That's how Pacquiao was landing. His punches, combinations, and just showed you that he is a great fighter. But I'm going into this camp, into this fight confident, everything right with our game plan, and I'm going to try to execute it as best.
Despite his age and long absence from the ring, many in the boxing world still believe Manny Pacquiao has what it takes to win. His unparalleled resume, capturing titles in 8 weight divisions and defeating numerous world champions, speaks for itself. A victory over Mario Barrios wouldn't just be another notch on his belt. It would be a historic statement. For many, this fight represents a chance for Pacquiao to silence doubters and further cement his legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats.
Manny Pacquiao to do something, any fighter to do incredible stuff, I will bet that Manny Pacquiao will be the guy. And that's why he's one of the GOATs of the sport of boxing, or probably the GOAT, arguably. Alright? Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, devalue Mario Barrios, but Manny Pacquiao is just a special fighter, special human being, a freak of nature. Alright? And like I said in the beginning, if these guys could do it, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it. He lives a wholesome life. He lives a sober life. He doesn't party around and stuff like that unless he's with the wife. He's a family man. He's a God-fearing man. And look, just like George Foreman was a God-fearing man who was living a clean life and stuff like that. I believe that Manny Pacquiao, with the power of Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? With the power of Christ, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it all. If he puts his mind to it, he works hard, he's focused on it. I think that Manny Pacquiao is that. And also, I believe why Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios this fall. Of course, that's the report that they're saying. That Manny Pacquiao is going to be back in the fall. ESPN broke the news. Mike Coppinger and Sean Gibbons over every reporter has reported to ESPN as well. And Manny Pacquiao has spoken as well. I think that Manny Pacquiao never got demoralized again. He never got demoralized when versus school guys. And I just think that now he could focus just on boxing, because in the last several fights that Manny Pacquiao did have, he was 1 foot in and 1 foot out, because of course he was running for senator. He was in the he was in the Senate seat. He was playing the government. You know what I'm saying? And he had a lot of responsibility. Just as much he had the responsibility to prepare for a boxing match, he had a lot of responsibility for his country. So of course, there was a lot. He had a lot in his on his hands, on the table. But now, for the first time in a long time, Manny Pacquiao just focused on boxing. And if Manny Pacquiao is going to focus on boxing, if a dangerous man like Manny Pacquiao is going to focus on boxing, woo! Manny Pacquiao is going to go on the tear. He's going to go on the tear. And I don't think that Mario Barrios got the power to keep off Manny Pacquiao.
A clear sign that Manny Pacquiao's comeback is more than just a spectacle lies in the intensity and structure of his training camp. Leaked footage reveals him undergoing high-level conditioning drills, heavy bag work, and reflex sharpening routines. His team is focusing on stamina, explosiveness, and precision. Key attributes are facing a younger, physically imposing opponent like Mario Barrios. These sessions reflect not just effort, but calculated strategy. Pacquiao isn't training just to show up, he's training to win. Unlike many fighters who return needing to rebuild their conditioning, Pacquiao never let his fitness slip. Even after stepping away from boxing, he stayed active through basketball, gym work, and shadow boxing. As a result, his current camp is more about refining than rebuilding. This long-standing discipline may be his secret weapon, the edge that allows him to compete and possibly win against a much younger opponent, defying expectations once again.
Good.
Boxing analyst Ryan Campbell offered a more measured perspective on Pacquiao's comeback. He acknowledged that fighters in their mid-40s often face natural declines in stamina and reaction time. However, he reminded fans of past legends like George Foreman, who pulled off remarkable comebacks at a similar age. Campbell argued that boxing occasionally creates rare moments where preparation and legacy align, and if anyone can seize such a moment, it's Pacquiao, given his ring IQ and elite conditioning.
Manny Pacquiao, the first and only 8-division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, he's going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those two dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this has been floating around for a couple of months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years, at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion in Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him, but there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around. Yep. People are excited to see the Pac-Man back. Just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent retirement?
Yeah, Reggie's a big Manny Pacquiao fan. He loves him because he knows about Father Time. His Father Time is undefeated. We know cats have 9 lives.
This fight isn't just about winning. It's about legacy. Manny Pacquiao is already a sports icon, but this comeback could elevate his legend even more. A victory over Mario Barrios would make him one of the rare fighters to return not for nostalgia, but to genuinely compete and win at the highest level. For fans, this fight could serve as a powerful reminder of why they fell in love with boxing. The perfect blend of heart, discipline, and raw talent on display once again.
9-year-old Mario Barrios.
Look, I'm not saying the odds will be high that he's going to come back and pull this upset or even be ultra competitive. But again, it's sort of like Manny's already superhuman. turning pro at like age 15 or 16 at 106 pounds and winning titles in 8 divisions. And oh, by the way, 2 fights ago for Manny in 2019, he came out of retirement and beat an unbeaten Keith Thurman for the welterweight title at the age of 40. There's very few greats that you can call all-time greats, and I think sometimes even above that category, there's that upper room. Is Manny Pacquiao one of those in boxing history? Sure. But let's look at a couple things. The last thing to go is power, yes. Manny was also absurdly fast in his prime. So like a Roy Jones Jr. who hung on far too long, but was still fighting professionally at the age of 50, he still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today. But what about that experience? I think the biggest part of why people maybe not completely poo-pooing this or going 46 years old, what are we doing? Is this another Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight? No, it's not.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and exciting content soon.